the porcelain department at the Ensad in Limoges, which is one of these very prestigious art schools. And Helen, a couple of years ago, did a residency there and worked in porcelain, which you at some point will see the results. And I made this tongue. And it's a grater, and I want to show you how this grater works. The grater comes from a grater we've seen a couple of years ago in a small and very beautiful Etruscan museum. And there was an object from about 700, 500 before Christ. They had a grater there from copper, and you can see it here. And it has the same length, and it was a tongue, and it's a Parmesan grater. And I was totally blown away that if you go to Woolworth and you buy a cheap grater, it's still exactly the same system and how to make it great. And the
great grater.
So the
you could actually use this.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
You have it in your kitchen. It's very good for vegetarians because they can have it. So this is Limoges porcelain. It's a cast. It's a slip cast, which means it's hollow. And the system of how it grades is by if you cast, you have here a chute, a funnel, pouring it in, pouring it out. I mean, people who know more about ceramics and porcelain than me know that very well. But that chute gets fired separately, and in the end will be crushed and sorted. So I have these little very, very sharp elements. That's also a very common grater in Japan. These porcelain graters, and that's then the glaze. So what you actually see, the color is in the barbotine, in the liquid porcelain. It's not the glaze. The glaze is transparent, and the glaze is transparent. It has that texture. That's all in the object itself. What's quite nice is that it goes here from transparent to slightly milky white. A little bit of saliva, and that comes from that it's thicker here and it's slightly underfired. So if you fire it normal, properly, it would actually be totally transparent. And we'll just make a tea now, and then you can have a tea. The tea it's from a Chinese friend. She showed us how to make that tea, and ever since we make that tea, and it's so absolutely beautiful little tea, and I thought you should have it, and then you can see how that thing works.
So you're going to use this to make
cheese
and put in the tea?
Cheese, yeah.
Tea.
No, it's a ginger and turmeric tea.
Ah, okay,
right. As a Swiss, you cannot do anything else but actually a cheese tea.
There's one in Taiwan, cheese tea is very popular.
Cheese tea?
Yeah, they put cheese on top of hot tea.
My goodness.
So I thought you kind of in trend.
Yes, I should. Next time, you give me the recipe. Okay, and you will see how beautiful that thing works. It's quite amazing, actually. So you can just beautifully grate. Look how this comes, my goodness. Such a great object.
We all should have one, right?
Huh?
We all should have one in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, you all should have one in the kitchen. And it's just lovely to hold in your hand, that thing. And look at that mess, it's so good. It's so good. Then we take a bit turmeric, and this makes it a bit kind of colored, but that goes away when you wash it. It's dishwasher safe, I'm sure. more ginger. But it just mushes it up so wonderfully.
Maybe it's his new career. Yeah,
And then you're happy with it. And then you hang it back in your kitchen. Need to find the hole, of course. We just bring this to the boil. That will probably take another 2 minutes. And then we add lemon juice and a bit of honey, and then we drink it.
No.